Let me put on my hoodie, people. Greetings, everyone. Before I get into today's video, I am going to read a quote. So if you see me look over here, I just want to make sure I get it exactly the way the person said it. Okay? It says, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." So this is by Edmund Burke. And so many things are happening in the world, and sometimes because of fear, you know, people don't speak out. Sometimes people are afraid for backlash. People are worried about their own well-being, and so they stay silent. But there are times, there are certain things that you have to be prepared to stand on a limb for. There are times when you see injustice happening to other people that you have to say something, because it's only a matter of time before it reaches you. So it's like laying the groundwork, the foundation to assist somebody. And for those of you who are on my channel, you know that I'm the type of person, I don't like to war with anybody. You know, I just like to speak my truth and go through. Now, I'm also going to say that sometimes when you go to speak about huge platforms, you know, people say you're a hater, they come to assault you, they don't listen very well. Now, what I'm going to talk about right now is not the first time. This is just a response video to Matthew of Rass Kitchen. I did the video 3 years ago, and let me tell you, those of you who are with me for a long time, you would have seen that video. And that video got to 4,000, and I put it on private because I knew the day would come when everything I was asking, all my concerns would be addressed, and the time is now. Okay, so in this video, asking if Rass Kitchen was being exploited by Matthew, that created so much. It was a halfway battle where you have half the people seeing what was happening and speaking on it, and half the other persons, you know, come to attack. Well, you're welcome to do the same thing in this video. Okay, Matthew, I'm speaking to you directly, and I'm going to put on my headset because I want to respond to you word for word on your video that you just posted. So I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to listen to what you have to say, and then I pause and I speak to you. So, Matthew, start up by saying there are changes coming to the channel Rass Kitchen, and it's not a video that you ever wanted to do. Now, people, you know, I'm not very versed with YouTube, so I don't want to play even the audio for this person because I don't know how it works. I know you're allowed to comment or commentate on someone else's video, but I just don't know the ins and outs of YouTube, and so I just want to speak my raw truth without violating someone else's content, because that's what I'm going to be talking here, talking about respecting other person's content. So he's here to clear up some things. So Matthew, you're saying online haters and online comments, you don't really address it. I forget whose path you're taking to ignore people when they're speaking. 3 years ago when I did that video, you also had a video shortly thereafter to say the same thing. Why does someone have to be a hater to come out and ask the right questions? To look out for someone. You and Rass Kitchen started this channel. You know, in my first video, I clearly said that you're the one who do the editing, you're the one who, you know, you obviously spend money and time and effort and all these things in the channel. But if truth be told, Rass Kitchen is only what it is because of Mokko. Okay, let me go back to hear what you have to say. So he doesn't engage with people who are haters. He doesn't give it any attention. Okay. rumors are being spread that Mokko is being exploited or has been exploited by Matthew. Why do you refer to that as rumors? Rumors are lies. So people clearly would have seen you work with Mokko for the last, what, 12, 13 years? So if Mokko, who is the star of the show, is saying that you're not treating him right, is this the way to address it? Or would you address it with Mokko himself? Let's listen to some more of what you got to say. Okay, so you're saying, Matthew, when you were in Jamaica the last couple of weeks, you heard from people that Mokko was saying very damaging things to you. And I just don't get it, because you've worked with him for 13 years. And so people are saying these things about you. So does that mean that you were not in touch with him? Does it mean that you were not talking to him? That you had no relationship with him after all this time? Because if people are telling you things, it seems like third party bringing you arguments. And of course, you're saying that there are things on social media where Mokko is actually spreading rumors about you. Is it rumors, or is it the man speaking, feeling violated by you, feeling like you took advantage of him, that you exploit him? How is that a rumor? Let me continue. Okay, so Mokko is saying things about you that are online that are not true. And you're saying that Mokko doesn't deal with his finances. You know, listen, as a Canadian, Mokko, I know Canadians are very politically correct. And so what I'm getting from this is that you're saying Mokko doesn't have the ability to deal with his own finances. Therefore, you had to bypass him and go to his daughter to send money. Now, if you want to be clearing this thing up, we need transparency. No, you need to explain what arrangements did you have with Mokko from the beginning of this channel, okay? We as a public really don't need to know, but Mokko needs to know, because if he's disgruntled, then therefore he doesn't understand. What you're also alluding to is that Mokko's daughter is handling his finances and he doesn't know anything about it. So you can't blame that on Mokko. You'd have to blame that on the daughter. And what I'm getting here is that you're alluding to the fact that you have been doing what you needed to do by dealing with the daughter. Therefore, you're making it seem like if anybody's scamming Mokko, his daughter is doing so. You're not saying it, I'm going to say it for you. So what are you alluding to say that he doesn't deal with his finances? He's too silly, too dumb to deal with his own finances, so you have to go through his daughter? It doesn't matter. Even if you had to go through another person, he needs to know what's going on, and he clearly does not know anything. And now you're leaving the world to say the daughter is the one who's doing harm to him because he doesn't know. He needs assistance. His daughter. Why are you in regular contact with Mokko's daughter and he's not aware of it? That's the question I have for you. You're in regular contact with... I just get the feeling, and I might be wrong, because I don't know you, Matthew. But the thing is, if you're in regular contact with the daughter, therefore you're giving the financial contribution that he has earned and deserved. So if you're in regular contact with the daughter, why does Mokko not know? Why do I get the impression that you're dealing with the daughter? Because once again, she's probably someone who's willing to take the pittance. Bank transfers, the amount and the time. What did you agree to? And what are you saying, close friends of the family? Close friends of Mokko's family or close friends of your family? I don't get that. I'm not quite sure. You say they're close friends of your family, you know, or close friends of the family that knows about these transactions. You're not providing anything. Well, people are speculating based on what they hear out of Mokko's mouth. See, when I did that video, you know, the haters, these are the ones who are haters because I wasn't saying anything wrong. In fact, Matthew, I was asking questions about the GoFundMe. I was asking questions about the merch online. I was asking questions about, you know, who owns the channel. I was asking questions about, you know, or speculating what might be the situation or the agreement between you. In fact, it was not as favorable to Mokko because I think that there are times when he makes remarks that I think was offensive. But at the same time, it doesn't change the fact that you, Matthew, have this channel, whether it's in your name, whether you own it or not, it doesn't really matter. Once you have a channel that you're building with someone else, that person has equal rights, equal partnership. You can't make a channel using someone and their image and their family on the internet and you just to get to give them a pittance. This person deserves compensation for all those years, not pittance. So again, I don't know what you're giving, Shauna. I don't know what the agreement is, but it doesn't matter. This is something that can be contested in court. Every YouTuber, even people who have had their channels for many years, and they allow someone to join them in there like a family channel or just make appearances. At the end, when that relationship is severed, they have to go to court to have that decided. So because, you know, you are who you are and what you are, the channel has become this huge thing. Based on the image of Mokko, you can't just say, oh, it's over and done, I walk away. No, you cannot. He's entitled. He must be settled. So stop insulting the man by saying he's spreading rumors. What rumors? You have to be fair. You have to use your conscience, Matthew. Let me listen to what you have to say further. So the transfer record is there. Did you settle him? You can't have 13 years of content with the Rasta man and not come out of that with an agreement or a settlement. Did you do that? Again, these are questions that I have because I don't know. So did you come to an agreement with him to say this is not, when Mokko says I don't want to work with you anymore, and you sound like you already moved on before he even said that. In fact, I think you moved on a while back when you reached out to him during the, you know, 3-year hiatus that the world was on. You said that you didn't think it was going to go anywhere. You were actually encouraging him to get a new channel because right there and then you were already saying, this is my channel, you know, you can go off and do your own thing. But how is that a fair thing? Now that you've built your platform on the backs of poor people, you're looking like an exploiter, Matthew. You know, individuals who go to Jamaica and continue to exploit the people. And listen, see, you little, what do you call it, people with Stockholm syndrome. I know you're going to run up under this video to come run off your mouth because guess what? You will always rush in and run in to defend people who don't have your best interests at heart. So come defend Matthew. I'm not defending Matthew. I don't know you, Matthew, but I'm not defending you. I'm not going to defend you over my own Jamaican brother, a man who I personally feel was being exploited, but I asked the questions earlier. 3 years ago. This is a long time coming. And what I don't like about our people, they're hypocrites. And they don't care for each other. They always are ready to support the exploiter, the capitalist, the individuals who will use you and discard you, because that's what it seems like you're doing, Matthew. Like you've used the man and you're just, it's so easy for you to just move on. without compensating the man for what he deserves, he rightfully deserves. So now you're saying there are other people in Jamaica that you've worked with, you're ready to move on. It sounds like you're ready to find another set of people to exploit. That's not cool. People are ready to do new content with you. There's a ton of things you've already shot that is never going to show the light of day. I don't know if you're just saying that to make Mokko feel bad, but it doesn't matter, because what you've already shot, the man has every right to say, I don't want to work with you anymore, because it's not benefiting him. Only fools continue to use YouTube, do YouTube and not make any money. It's just pure wickedness. Not everybody, and I'm one of those persons who made videos for many, many years and never benefited from it financially to this day. But not everybody wants to do that, and then no one should be doing that. As a matter of fact, this man should be able to relax for the rest of his life, because this channel, Rass Kitchen, is going to go on. My question to you is, are you going to delete his images from off your channel? Are you going to delete all the videos that you did with him? Because that's the only way that would be fair. Because as long as you live, these videos will constantly get revenues and you will benefit from it. Your conscience should kick in. Even if you're not working with Rass Mokko, it doesn't absolve you of your responsibility to make sure that if you're going to use this family's content, you should reward them. People make their music and they're long gone, but their families are benefiting from royalties. Okay, is the man going to get royalties? So you're taking down the store, so what? Who cares? You're taking down the stores. You still have the channel and you still have the images. Are you going to take off the images too? You're not comfortable working with someone and building them up. That is exactly how Rass Mokko feel about you. Working with someone and building them up. You are the one who's benefiting from this channel. So don't try to put shade that you're building Mokko, because you have not. Mokko's situation, how did it change? How did it change? You got better. You can depend on this. You and your children can benefit from this channel that you built with this man. So don't be bothered with this sarcasm and this guilt trip. What's not correct? You correct it. I'm going to leave it at here. Matthew, I can't listen to you anymore. I'm going to just post your video so that people can listen to the rest of what you have to say. That you're going to work with other people and this and that. And, you know, you're this nice guy. You've come across as this very nice guy. But for a very long time, it's very obvious that you were exploiting that family. You were. And if you want to prove otherwise, then draw up a contract and make a settlement to say, okay, we've worked all these years together. I benefited from you and you benefit from me. And here's my settlement. Because he has rights. There are legal rights. And, you know, see, people love to go to people who they think are not educated. People who they figure is way over in the bush and just laid back. And some of these individuals, of course, you know, because Rass Kitchen is going to do it again. I trust and believe someone else is going to come in on a white horse, come to rescue him, start up another channel, use him and dash him away again. Okay, I'm not here just to defend Rass Mokko. It's just not nice. And Matthew, your video that you made is an insult to people who have a question. These are legitimate questions. People can ask these questions. You call people haters every time they question your motive or what you're doing with the Rasta man and his family. Not cool. If anybody watches this video and understand the ins and outs of YouTube, you need to get in touch with Rass Mokko and let him understand what his rights are. And if you, Matthew, have done the right thing, I know you don't owe us any explanation because you're following some other person who doesn't just ignore or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's out there. And because you figured a Rasta man doesn't have the strength to stand up to you. There are people, we're Jamaicans, we look out for each other no matter how much they say we live bad with each other. And you, Matthew, have not treated him well. Don't try to make it look like he's ungrateful, because you did him wrong. And you have the nerve to come out here making this video, making it seem like he's done you harm. That's not cool. He wants to do new collaboration with up and coming YouTubers, and now Mokko is no longer serving your interest, so you can just sweep him away, brush him to the side, move on your jolly life. If the people in Jamaica had any sense, they would not do no collaboration with you, except maybe for a 1 or 2 time. No long-term thing with you, Matthew, because truthfully speaking, you come across as a user. And your people can come and try to gang me. It's okay. And I'm going to post that video I did 3 years ago. It was a long time coming. I'm also going to post another video with Empress Yuda as a link, so that you people can see that people were watching and being very concerned. Matthew, you only responded with this question sign. You did that before. The end of Rass Kitchen with a question sign. It's not a statement, because you're still open that you can lure him in and get him to do more content. So you don't put it as a statement, you have it as a question. You did that during the time when you said you couldn't go back and forth to Jamaica. You wanted to drop him a long time ago. He was no longer useful to you. So I will post Empress Yuda's video. I'm glad she went out and spoke on the content, because, you know, it's not right. Stay blessed, everybody.